for 17 minutes after 8. Good evening, baby. Asum J Council de Wefidia to Adom 106.3 FM. Yasia Shiabio. I walk Kokromoti Power Jumedia so. It's not over yet. It is a seminar Baba. Aftermath of election 2020. I ask some more. Mediato Minchington. Badenra. A battle commissioner, electoral commissioner. Finally, or declare the winner of the 2020 presidential elections. His Excellency Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo in a related development. Our Mampenia forming transition team dada. But well, the National Democratic Congress has the idea where they are press conference I hold on. Once again, good evening, Medina Sempa. Stay and stay. A free summary copims and on Dubebo. Yanewa Bashan and Samam is the former president and flag bearer of the NDC, Obekasa, and Semben Odeba Betuga. And for the back cross over now, the live, you found a live Yamao. Nafi Wakasa Wetia, you be Bobo. Nafi Yamawa Kwenya wa Wofie Cry activity phone lines now. Was wet to me abem. But as usual, Penny Pa Debia Meneno Sushaniamam. And now on the Crafilla no cry all the records. So the Baba. Anti-parliamentary elections in a course seat who was saying and our NDC 40 me HFE MPP for some. But before me be intro out to some company say independent candidate. Me 2 minutes in Yajuma. Debbie AC. Me 2 minutes in Yajuma. And the former MP no say it's a parliament. I said, "Dear, hang your conco." I've video imagine to just for the sake of having majority in parliament. Anyway, it's your say aftermath of the election. Yeah, bro. Ahaya Adom 106.3 FM. Kokromoti Power Jimadi and your bro way. Stay can stay. Mamima is Yakwaba. Young to drink come on. If you come on, easy as we can go.
And yes, I'm Pankwan and Kayina, Ghana for Yadamase, Emma Muni, or they or Mafunu Quaquasan line, or they were drew as say Quaquasan line, or swab Quaquasan line. So one Quasan line, no grab good now and tinting. Mechin tuntuma ba yoni ade nyinara ya tu ho ache adwumanibia Ghana for ya de megidi se yemu dodo na nyiresi ni bese overwhelming majority ekokoto aba na yanwie mu overwhelming majority ekoto aba na ye de yadwen ene ne ye pe se wei ene bitima ye adwuma nti na mekokoto ama ne kokoto ye ne se nti mesanti mu bio se Ghana for nyina ye mam ayiko. Well,
Ghana force I just so pa I say it I say now easy. I grow nayo.
Better than some person.
Nayo, I grow die. Now say your boy you want to be Baba Sham say if I pay. I pay what Daniel branch here by force.
Yeah. If you do know what you need,
anyway, generally about your own is saying.
Generally, a improvement say what it to afim pim yunu dunsia dum yunu afim pim yunu 9 pim yunu ankasa 1996 ni 1992 na abribia utum say yitum pon kakra we enkan say ya chiche numbers no ma esuhunhan ye kra about electoral areas mako pena na o mchire so no numu boy no mu wie yo hwene sa na tum se empuntu abamu ara ndele bo inkinya adwuma amedru ntemu no ade nisha ne se ntu hwe na jeze empuntu abamu ara na declaration no ne ko wie baby na akwa ede se beduasa abo akotre agena 9 na tuntum na fita etuato Enfumso ne ba ye no, enfumso onipa ho de na emum no, enfumso bi wo ho a Ehupa.
Yes, you can say from so bang.
Jean Mensa, na kia boy and some man presidential election declaration.
Yeah.
Figure na ye woman bomo ni na koko you say na koko no.
Yeah.
Actually one on kasa baba cancer na no efomoye. Na nyesa
Na no from your figures no.
Figure no. Even though
that's the number of voters
ni beto aba no
or shares so they declare results
no
na no from here
figure no boy na nye no na ka wose obon na jeza anofuma na aba na anofum no bi wo ho a ba bi pii no ne ebre be pii no ya na yehu kakra eno nkwa na me personally me house and this idea ubi sa me say about no ko say me enye te sa bo korre o sinsin wi mu na me hwe aka maka say ko yie eno de na anso aba
wow but they see okra figures no correction no be ye no ekra wo ho you betimi a share
yes correction no be ye no ahyase no ma me no be kan say empem ahenan aduasa miensa
okay
ahenum ne eduoson miensa 13,433,000
okay
573
okay
we no boy ya na eyem from so no
okay
13,433,073
okay and you also na original declare
no so no original declare na emu no say yan chichemu ye fractions ne de na enye no so no original ye ya ma figure bia na ni se ba mu kra na ba mu
but this you be bisa say sa figure na ko fefri
na nia na bacho me ba nso nia afi ode aba se eno na eye krogen no
okay
eye opepem dumiensa mpem ohani dunkuno
okay
ena henan adusia 13,119,460
okay
it 13,119,460 ena ye nia nanka me pese me kan anofum ndi ma me ko kan
for but this is said they will can be analyze way kakra anofum ne to me banisa because social figure 13,100,000 and something thousand no
433
I know the actual number of voters
119 the actual number no
119 the actual number no
460
and no nanke was say oka ansa no they declare and oka 13,400,000 and something
433,573
and no question in na dodo na baby sasa okofa no fi
and only wins a main bibri
exactly now wako kase because 13,400 and something any 1,300 and something and yapew
speculation I want some who has a name is kakra it mean person speculate
okay
and yes I be because we be a one yen konta ni dikan ni be a mo yen konta ni dikan figure by any 13,433,000 plus
okay
and only be a obi twiro to baby na agigi na nima okobosa minim exactly what happened I sense say someone any bris come on
on baza best speculate here well abusia sisi now joining us about 25 minutes after 8 Adom 106.3 FM Kokromoti Power Jumedie and Debra we made India Sempa and the former president John Dramani Mahama flag bearer of the NDC Obeka Santi be picking live ama watibi national somame say his excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo appointed is he mpenifo dunum say transition team no omona me pese quickly everybody in the tudwa afi obi ehu number 1 honorable Akosua Frema Osei Opare chief of staff at the office of the president on a chairperson and number 2 honorable Yawosafo Mafo senior minister number 3 Gloria Ekufu attorney general number 4 Ken Oforiata minister for finance 5 Honorable Ambrose Derry, Minister, Interior. 6. Honorable Dominic Nitiwo, Minister, Defense. 7. Honorable Shirley Ayokoboche, Minister, Foreign Affairs. 8. Honorable Hajia Alima Mahama, Minister, Local Government and Rural Development. 9. Honorable Albert Kandapa, Minister, National Security. 10. Nana Dramina, Head of Civil Service. 11. Honorable Dr. Nana Ato Atta, Head of Local Government Service. 12. Dr. Janet Ampedu Fofie, Chair of the Public Service Commission. 13, Mrs. Mercy Deborah, Secretary to the Cabinet. 14, Mr. Joshua Treme, National Security Coordinator. And 15, Mr. Henry Wood, Acting Chief Director, Office of the President. Kratawe was signed by Eugene Ahin, Director of Communications, Office of the President. Quickly, AC, Asani Atwazi, baby says transition team or Major saying.
Transition team, and it's a and crying. Kugumlimli ha. Ye ko makola.
Okay.
Yin free han gonguduru makola no. Okwan e befa no. Kuoi na ehhye.
Okay.
Ye free baby, ye free first parliament of the Fourth Republic.
Okay.
Call second parliament. Ye free aban fufrum.
Okay.
If aban that demo a ho asemasi.
Okay.
Call aban fufrum.
Okay.
It ye transit year 2 yento. Yes say yin kuku yen kaka yen laptops yen files ne nema akwa aban fufrum. Hifo na behwe se bribia beko totin.
Okay.
Enkuntabu financial nkuntabu.
Right.
Projects ayaye yenyiwie. Projects ayaye wi projects ayaye adwin se yento aso bi onu ne ade nyina ehon hyehyeye ne ade ye bede ye de beko aban fufuru no mo ya administration fufuru mu no.
Okay.
Mona no na various departments ni nyina yen coordinate yen so asa no man empanko the new regime.
Okay. Wait, since you have 40 as a transition team no majuma show monso mo babedi no well what joining Adom 106.3 FM Kokromoti Power juma de ni Adebra we medini asempa Shannon Wenche ebeko NDC national headquarters na former president John Dramani Mahama de nanon semebe tujwa after the declaration yentisi wakasa obebia afina obabe kasa inti Kokromoti so no obate said ebeko ezem say before yebeto abana na mene wa and yeah prediction, yeah analysis in some of the seats and you may start here for Greater Accra. Yeah, share Adenta. Yeah, what was say about being Lucy?
And you remember be brazen and say Adenta Eswenge, a cobinkum, Nasandane Abenifa.
Okay.
And you remember be brazen and say, yeah, Bobia Samuankasana on your strong MP. Fa ho se na no awo onimum rana otimi kasa yi ma na manyuku no na reports media reports ni discussions eba bebre e kire se ne nkrofo no no he wasn't a darling boy of the Adentan constituency enti se na wanya contender na se obi onamba besi aka ono so odin ani muduru na ye nyina esuma no
yeah
enye se ye nuano na se won political party na emom no sa ne beka na se ne esuma no na se ne ye dwen se ne tikika
okay
die ban sa na nya won bebre
wow and for Muhammad Ramadan on a winning Adenta seat in the NDC if you Adenta ye buy any ya bedu Madina Boniface versus Sosu
say kaze Boniface betumi elusu or savvy or you be a onim politics mu wa ben no mani ade wa DMP we bia video wa mani ade nyina na mmom nia wa ba no so you be a odin pa na mmom constituency nankasa any chire NDC dodo a chance any chire NPP. This constituency is tilted more towards the NDC than the NPP. It ya de nyama nyina gunzani ni ya kan say bo no homoden oye versatile like so you be usum na oye konfankon ukusum na enkoni adinti na ayeso wo chance na mum no na enchire so mro so say obelus ni aye me nwanwa amagia to what I want to concede and it's down for no fee pa anya no ne ko ye no ba mo edi ngu opro no pa
anya is your bonus no pa but na me nwanwa because o she Boniface politician is the Boniface na Sosu ofimano buy so yan said then who so ye politics that's or ye communicate Boniface more do yeah
ne mo na nyese Sosu yo hoho sa NDC na no binimu
okay
or articulate ni bribia na against Boniface or much older more experienced you know now because Medina any chire NDC chance Medina any chire NPP ade ba kwasi ye hunu so say first term rebuttal and I say if you say a train a bayason yakofa you front abefie the honeymoon is over about a tier MPP pa so you see the larger picture you can say MPP won't affront them and also affect candidates in baby and yes obo homoden nko say what borderline kakra bia na uti ya keka say MPP for ho ebefono ntem we mu say o ma win presidential election okra a little debatable easy ese no madie nemo the major opposition party contested no parliamentary no so neck to neck untimi nka say we were clear majority 137 opposed to 136.
Ezi mbato homeso kakrama me na fe yenkwa homa no so abusiafo ye de ani twem e wo formina constituency a lawyer Andrew Esiama and the member of parliament elect on one and incumbent on the ticket of the New Patriotic Party decided so beko independent and wako winning seat ye ni spokesperson set odro e be twetwen komo set otimenka asundwen kan wanwumre
me also asundwen kan
bibia boko de
ya mother romanti ya mo ya pa bibia so boko
amene hine meka say congratulations
thank you sir
now honorable way
but one now need from analysis here me no ka say wa bankan
oh okay honorable one cry one
but one
na the meka say dia na working magic ni mamo
Penia formana dia say ne yedika ka say formana party na koye one man show bibia ono na di obeka ne gina di obehye ne gina di obeka bia no party ne jitum prekopa say wo de one sem ko si wo yesi ya party ni nti enti di say incline say blue baby no nipa no we yi free party no me my communication director for 12 years I'm a party no 2010 me ne onabu atabu of the corporate we winning no enti me ya party back prekope we yi me yes just because makoti ba omi fan club enti no me free party no na ba omi ane wan ya say the start time no sa no kan you ba omi ane wan ya ye koti fan club man enti say sa na me ye dia me grow horns in the party
me ba to wan ya sem na wo kan
akwestin chairman akwestin for mana chairman enti no wo ntimi ne menya dwuma biem ampa o kan sa sa go agro me ne ko region disciplinary committee ani man ko shewi ampa o pam me frame and the minion no a mo ka ho be pia wa pampam ye polling station for coordinators ne ade and yin na kan ho bo mo ne ko for mo liberation movement and enti ebra e ba say promise ni sense mo peso odi ni nua banti akwan bia so obefa so no yi lo ya mo kwasi ama wo bo dwuma dia ma for manafo obi na sinchen no de for frabana ya tia se enti yanso ye bolo ye ti dom se sa ne tie dia lawyer enyina se wo ko control se de be ya san ko sumuna ya komun ibe film enti na ma ye form liberation movement e di lawyer si ama ye leader and then nyame din kun dia ma enti so we motivated say PMP party no yen sama ne ka fa from na party enti if we wanted a way to send a signal to the party say truly yen sama ye kan na ye no kore enipa na they said the Waji party na time na niasia ye on onye campaign ma party no ye liberation movement ni pay woman no ye na campaign e drew on my ye de ma party no and we wanted to send a signal to the party and then so God being so good and on SCCA because if you have party in power if you have the DC or what is saying a police if when you now almost like BBA as a government in power not a movement it is a liberation movement made up of teachers and others, farmers, near need to become a boom. Now it's Miss Original say a show say and say every political party in Ghana will take the sovereignty of the people for granted. Say, oh wait there, we are near the number and it's a mumpo no near you mama. Meaning I do baby they should listen to the people because you nani can huboma you cool money and you know the shame cry.
Matthew said, Honorable Poli, how many votes as against the contender?
Because honorable enya 12,000 and something. I cannot tell you now because me sabe na mini coalition ni na me hu bi me na omo ko bo me na many o ka say many left in kwe hu ade entina omo bo me Sunday na ade be chen Monday am ya to abani nti abatu ni nyina no an say ye fa me fi hospital na me ko to ma bani sa de me to me
why mo na bo
I prefer a free for ya santini kwesi ti ameka na sem ya na kofa mecho fo se o mo mebo me na me kasa ma no and I'm also a party back from my positions am I a polling agent and I'm the coordinator and I'm the right to the communication director. Medical MP, me and I'm a communication director and be I started to us to say me coach about me a fan club, the department free party. And Mena Makasama, no yes, Yamasa. And Zabi Nipa Okasan so the Benfoso won our dear say. Mena Mehokoyo Mohi. If you have accreditation, Sunday at the other Monday, Eddie, my members who don't pass here. Oh, I have accreditation, Nana, much of one better share. So, many videos maybe by WhatsApp in your own media, Facebook, in America, meet my Sandy Biamo. It wasn't easy. I mean to me, Casanami to me, and to me, Nimina Kata. Omoba boom, me, and then me, no, Mokahum.
Someone said to draw Kafra. Let's say, and himself honorable Winnie, but your Bambra Sebejema, even though you're independent candidates, a year day I was saw dinner home, a bought a your co-bacco, say NDC and MPP. Honorable, what far dream on?
For now, the movement, in NCI, or no, the illegal, and to say, I didn't be Obefano, Obebano, Abetrasi, because a young kind who go would be any more, and I am very successful. But social the campaign the campaign on a form more for Nana, form more for lawyer, because Nanani lawyer and the partner ya ultimately put to Juma by and the movie original said they didn't put to Juma in the first 4 years and also say at one so yet one and also I ain't mean to one and also near 4 before from Masaya Fena, Yakosonashi. And Tisani campaign a blueberry in Minia, all the MPP are Fadia or now did independent church ya abu ya mube ya bu ya prepare for mana abonten enti blueberry no na amaya kasa buano na akofom kakra but wo hwe campaign ani ye na ye play ye campaign more for na nekufuado than na nekufuado MPP for by then I know from MPP for because they were interested in say onimia na odi neighbor no ebe wini MP no. And one interest. They didn't campaign. Woman in campaign, man, and I do. Yeah, campaign. And you know, I'm a boy and I yeah, campaign. You see, unlimited resources I have as independent followers, as liberation movement. Near the campaign, Eddie Amakuyan, Kasi and Kotua Bentian and I do. I didn't think ever way.
But I said to draw one of Kasama lawyer, Ujiri say lawyer, Najia, or Najia join the MPP back.
Well, for now, me, my Junimudi, the meaning who say, a manual sem said, yeah, manual sem said, a dinko sober, a year manual sem say, or minor, you woman, sabi a bitumfa. And to share to see, I said, the parliament, Aya, NDC opposition, MPP war, power. And to say, lawyer, energy, say, or could join NDC, not say, government, the policy biba, or the flagship programs biba, now opposition, energy, say, or more support, a bema or minor, and can crony the BBR and other form. And ideally for the betterment of Ghana and for the development of Ghana. So, man, because we're a better more appropriate say maybe a better align with the MPP more than the NDC pay parliament pay power no baby a power na could run. You know, he said, and I see in a background, you know, MPP for now, almost your mum pay. Yes, here, Premo, almost change your mum pay. So they issue a statement, a lot of intimidation, but God being so good, they say, couldn't be number. And it's almost paying,
they say, my general secretary Ababontin say lawyer Beso Babaka on sign apply no munjinitum. What you saying?
Many are comment, see it, but I don't think so for now, no, Obekasa, because if you have a parliament, a year divided, a year split parliament, now who will be a MPP background, in planet MPP for, now say, we see on non-fabrication, or joining money for India. And I mean, say, intimidation, I have some.
Uncle said, me bacho for now, won't he? A cobasso, now what he said, you make an etisa. We apply.
I mean, for now, unless intimidation, and yet take a decision. You may know, but meaning just a big one here. Now, that is the stand of the party. I know the decision, and also. Everything we say, a Kwame first will be yes, you have a fair pass. I choose a bebwa movement.
But one Casa Baby, Ujinano, Zamene Wokasa is at least we a leader of the movement. Also, can be one Casano personally, or by person will be apply.
Me apply because oh, yeah, MPP for. me yen several letters here you must party yen several letters say you must party and officially no party communicate BBS honorable Andrew Siama and once you move social media na ne na mo sa di hu ye enti say the ne no say na party no mo nti ase a say you wie no mo hu the outcome o mo hu say at least the ne ka no ne no kre enti party a wo de do na ye na for now no dey say what take entrenched position any problem ye dey MP ye MP a ye penini ye yi no ye de naba
and to be to say dia the Kobasa party ni signa I say until say more apply enya dia be juma tum no nya dia mbo apply on
minia party me nka say me party liberation movement omo na mo so omo mpeye
da bi abusia tie dia meka no
minia
Kobasa party ni say chinchine a lawyer apply ansani ya Joe back obema lawyer apply
for now no dia onu hia no say the EMP dia ba and for now me in particular na makase o question na obisa me no personally me and kasa for the group because you making any official decision.
Okay, sir. Ekobasa lawyer Efrel wa bedun cry. Wa Frel said me bedun cry the omo kenny me apply na ma me apply dey na be ka kire no.
Me na futu am the lawyer.
Me pa cho wan.
Me the make kire ni say basa dey na party no any ye. Say we say apply. And say the former party na gigano. Sana party hurricane executives no person cost because I don't know and the outcome is saying
and to back actual lawyer say money apply
I don't think that personally they mean we say the application because we want to rejoin the party obra me obi answer woman officiality say you must free party no dey e dey so na me digina o ma no no dey kan enti dem from say ya na enka say ya beba yen say bit makatum from but say yen we apply for it we apply it I don't think that is the way
me wawa kakra wo kan be party ni ya pam wa fi mo say ya ma official letter say ya pam wo omo de omanu na kan say fi party nim
me pa so an
na obi a ye ma letter fi party nim na wo so wa fi mo de abufu afim
me free mo na me se me da so me tie the a blue baby minia asampa the blue baby e ma me hu say the party no entrenched about the omo decision omo take na omo so omo de buy any say so the independent now our party na for the Friday cry ni boat mofra ana e chene shewa ni abo ye kofro to ni ade ana bro ni ade ye didi buy mu nyina mu nkofo e ba be kataya ni nyina ye won evidence wo enti e na the party makers omo ye free mo eno na omo e de back say they don't need us enti omo yi ehun bibia ye ko ya e ko sa ala yin so ya ko to aba no
ne kra abusia na menja na ko party o mabo na o se wani kra ya kata no party ne ka se apply bra back a wan kasa o be apply yenyi lawyer mfim
me ankasa men select na men samra party me dia me party ba me party ba kron me ya ele other applications some dey ba because obi am am let's say me free party no enti me party ba me tiwo sisi am ko to ma ba na enti me party ba me nim di enti am me tie dis na me kan position sa ma hold me party omo ene omo di akire me ne obi ndi a deal si da wo bra na yetete yen to credit ani ate ne di yekuo ebi ne bi da and so they come themselves say and na omo ye party ba kon enti me ye party ba actual application be to become a member of the party.
Matter set, as you bien come on why so you have to drink. Right, that was your first set to draw a spokesperson at the lawyer Andrew Wesiama on the member of parliament elect for Mina constituency in the Ashanti region. Is here now joining Nyamiasum Drake Adom 106.3 FM. Kokromoti Power Jumedie and the Broadway 14 minutes at the top of the hour. Meko AC Honafe Yashe for Mina Diano, but before then, Minfantu just say Yadiani Chimo NDC headquarters as they say. Omo Yaya said, if it's a running mate, Professor Nana Jenopokwa Jimaba Bedu Watnase in terms of more trend the arrival of JM. Na press conference no mo de ahyehyɛ so JM nya bedu no be fiase akasa pe ye be kɔ hɔ na fe ya peke feed na ma ezi formina
ne makai masembi was a unemployed graduate be call interview akɔpɛ adwuma ye ono yeda da baka grant ni papa o car nti ɔkɔ na otwi car na kɔ nsuo ta kwa ho na ɔbɔ nsuo na nsuo no gu akwa bi ɛso ɔkwan ho Yanko, afi about 9:30. If you are safe for applicants, or boy, I can't bonjour. What the panel? I would have yanko pass myself. And you've been having you.
Oh, Babufu, I was your Gummy.
The very stone now, Motochini as a mum pen.
I said,
and on any Baba, yes, a cornerstone. Not in privy. Talking on a more serious note.
Yeah.
MPP. Any woman Tibua and Cassa. Some people a green say, and not a papa said one more cancer will be biara what 2 who say Okakujina independent. What's say any pan, you know, to me, my woman, you know why. So, Omo Green say, and on a year in the interest of the political party, woman, you know why, no more conco, yes, say, a son say, ye per simple majority in tea. Esan say ye ho actually ye nenti ye chia emra no ochine bi atene no o chia ne na ochine ntumi ntene no na mom say wo mu bisa wo tibo ano mo hu say for me na ye fom ye bia ye nya the right information a kire ne ye hu say na chema asomasi wa draw list enye wo man ga ezo mkokoto aba
ezi tie we mame na afei tie we
Jim FM.
Chibado for Mebo na afe mwate the mampeni kan about independent candidates.
So, it's in the Koa. The Yadia may to the Yako. Independent beer to be Moame. Independent candidate beer to be Moame. We are no case or MPP ni our independent and on your MPP ni papa. On your MPP ni papa. O MPP ni papa on your independent. Teacher Masmasi from Manamino Komoa. One bad. Let's say only a poor mammy. Utumin Yajuma. Only pay a poor mammy no minute to minute Ajuma. Jimisamo Bia Jane Enyano Bako Onipa make me na ya juma any Sule Ojami Jane or no na make me na ya juma.
Well, Ezi Ose
as a set principle ebum as a say na yen gina ya yesini na wasi say gina ye no na fe na utusa efri ho akọ anim ten na emom na kwakọ yese o osasa ne ade na ye no ye weke mas ne ba ko beka ho na be se ni ade be hadwen se ugidi pa se ampa o principle ne se eye papo eye bonu se ye ukọ primary na ko luzu ana se wo se wa resign fi parliament na enu nti onye party ba bi o ya pamo a ne ya pamo na kire se number na we here kra nkebeka wo de no nkebebo na eno so ahwere o ebi kra ba ha wadwen for 4 years o ne mom na aye addition de number 1 nyetie mienu na aye kokobon so sankrofo idie se woni won etusa se odomo na se otwe ho a ye be punish o ne mom one of the major problems MPP face na Ghana political parties ne face is discipline any political parties no Uhumra kwa eri adwuma obekọ ha na mra na adwuma obekọ ha na mra ni ha obekọ ha na mra ni ha me ka timu no masan kira se bi o se emum se party ni dinase na omodwen ho a for me na se mi party ni mu na ye mfomso mfomso party ni ye ni se asem ka sem kan party chairman se or draw lister na enye proper list se of an namfo ni wo mo a sebe wit manipulate won ana o hihye won se won gongoto aba no enna lawyers ya mahu se we ya illegal nanso me ya hu hwie nyi ndime de me nkokora se me ko primary bia o mo de o mo mfa na me ko independent sasa na tie de na e chairman na mfomso no free nti eno usap danfo ya semi asiama semi separate special ni atnase ni adi ni publicize na party ni bia hu se sasa ni momo no odwin short time number ba kwa kam de unti me fa indiscipline na egu party no indiscipline na egu party no ebe ye west english ni say society gets more of the things it rewards, less of the things it punishes. Ekuobia, Omambia, Kurubia, and Noma, Wamokrakras, Roman baby, and Noma, Wamochiso, Asutriano, San Roman and Dan Noson. Samiana, who by Chimindia Mania, Massam Titi.
Mati esi mirasibe boy busia samre ye be cross over na fe yenko NDC fo ahye kakra na fe yenko tie de ekoso
ye ni abre ko we want change ye ni abre ko we want change ye ni abre ko we want change ye ni abre ko choboy DJ Boyanyum.
Well, I was young for NDC for National Headquarters said the Akoso and we a Deputy General Secretary Peter Buama Otokuno Samre Penifwatna Ultimos National Campaign Manager Professor Joshua Alabi Etiwa Greater Accra Regional Chairman Joseph Adeko Katiho Minority Leader in Parliament Honorable Haruna Idrisu Tiwo Johnson Esiedun Ketia General Secretary Etiwo National Chairman Woho Penifwa Wodwana ana Woho Samre Emzo mo train the arrival of JM Nafe Omode Ashishaso Yentie
JM forever and ever. Forever and ever. Power belongs to JM. Forever. Power belongs to JM. Forever and ever. Power belongs to NDC. Forever. Power belongs to NDC. Forever and ever.
Well, I was your summary. I'm Sammy.
Please, let's all take our seats.
Great.
Let's all take our seats. No. Let's all take our seats, please.
Jim Affair.
Well, I was young now joining it's about 4 minutes to the top of the hour and you might Echaguno if the National Democratic Congress NDC for headquarters former President John Dramani Mahama I'm a flag bearer Babe Kasa and you know enche onyabe dupe yebe cross over na fe yakona be former president Babe Kano they are tuja amamati bi but currently the National Communications Officer Sami Bienfie Kasa entie
His Excellency will be joining us in no time, and we need to organize ourselves before he walks in. And so please, those of you at the gate, you can't be standing there. Please, can you all take your seats? Take your seats. Please, if you are behind the podium and you have a seat, kindly sit down. Respectfully.
Jim FM.
Well, that was your fault, not just the air cost no nti JM and Yabe Dupe, Yabe cross you over na fe, Biako pick the live feed, yeah, bro. What joining Kokromoti Power Jumedie and the bro, we are high Adom 106.3 FM, Medindia Sempa, many AC on hine, and I said, I'm coming, producer, Kwame Kuleno, of course, James Town J. Cole, social media. Ochegu mami esi we dey share prediction am say press conference in we are a big course and the former president Ebeka say odwin say dey na oba beka obesi gina ye
say ebe Sami Jamfi and General Mosquito dey ntwaso wo mo issues with some of the polling center constituency results.
Yeah.
Either say a delay and I say almost say assemble. Enti
them say Upper Dintra West you declare more.
Sene Majidi said Sene NFA Techiman.
Techiman South.
Techiman South.
Yeah.
Enti no we baba say no na ko be no na General Mosquito Johnson Esidun Ketia can say returning officer no enkonko quality and as on quality ye non fam race and say asemo ho na asemo can say ebinum say yemfa court ye declare de ne ye declare ansa na ebetumi atam de court enti no na jamano no migidi pa say enono mo wo masem no ekoko wi say we no na ema yentumi enwi ni presidential election kan kura ke bi wini o ma sim bi uni say we no ba be kan wa yende ye wani da so say ye wo parliamentary season ma akoma ko ha ni aduanan 140 eti ehun hia ye mpa yentumi mu yani emu so
okay
ne to so mi nsan wa sem ba kon so ne say
ezi me bacho the arrival JM and Yabedu into young crossover na afi yenti de koso I was letting unity and
Thank you. Please, shall we all take our seats? Shall we all take our seats? This is a very important program. His Excellency is in the auditorium. Let's accord him the needed courtesy. And so let's all remain silent. Ghana is listening. The world is watching. This address is not for those of us in this auditorium alone. The whole nation is listening. The world is listening and watching. And so remain quiet so that we can start. Security, can you now close the door? Ladies and gentlemen, the hour we've all been waiting for is here. Let me acknowledge the presence of the General Secretary of the party, Honorable Johnson Asiedun Ketia. Let me acknowledge the presence of the National Chairman of the NDC, Honorable Samuel Ofuswampofo. Let me also acknowledge the presence of our majority leader in waiting, Honorable Haruna Idrusu. And let me acknowledge the presence of our vice presidential candidate, our mother, Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman. Now at this stage, ladies and gentlemen, I welcome the man who will be addressing us this evening, a man who is a consummate Democrat. He's won elections. Even when he lost, he accepted it in the year 2016. He led us to battle in the year 2020. Today, the NDC has won in 9 regions out of 16. We've won the administrative capital of Ghana, led us to battle, and today we have risen from 106 seats in parliament to 140 seats. Ladies and gentlemen, with a standing ovation and a round of applause, let's welcome to the podium His Excellency, His Excellency, His Excellency, His Excellency, His Excellency, His Excellency, John Dramani Mahama. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Ghanaians, my brothers and sisters. Allow me to begin by expressing my deepest gratitude to you for your tremendous support, which you expressed overwhelmingly and convincingly at the polls. There's no doubt that Ghanaians from every region of this great nation of ours voted for change. And we did so in both the presidential and parliamentary elections. I'm a staunch believer in the experiment of democracy, the system of governance that allows the ultimate decision-making power to rest in the hands of you, the good people of Ghana. We, the people, who, with an eye towards the future we would like for our dear country, elect representatives to go forward and realize that vision. Government serves at the choice, direction, and pleasure of the people of this great nation. And I have had the honor and privilege to serve my country in all levels of government. When in 2016, at the end of my first full term as president, I ran for re-election as an incumbent candidate, I respected the will of the people. I conceded, and I set in motion a peaceful transfer of power because I understood that it was the will of the people. And if we are to progress as a nation, if we are to live up to the inheritance of our history, one for which people have paid the ultimate price, the sacred verdict of the people must be respected. It must be protected. It has been my pledge throughout my time of service as a representative to the good people of Ghana to do exactly that. And that is why I stand before you tonight, unwilling to accept the fictionalized results of a flawed election. My brothers and sisters, it is important to remember that the government that is in power controls all of the state resources and oversees all of the state's institutions. The line he treads between his loyalty to the power that is held by the people and by his own desire to hold on to power can be a very thin one indeed. We went into the 2020 presidential and parliamentary elections with assurances from the Electoral Commission and the relevant state actors that it will be conducted in an atmosphere free from fear and that it will be fair, transparent, and credible. Unfortunately, that has not been the case. What we witnessed across the country from Monday, 7th December 2020, exposed a deliberate plan to manipulate and predetermine the results of the election in favor of the incumbent candidate, Nana Akufo-Addo, who, as so happens, controls all of the state resources and oversees the state institutions. Despite all of the ruling party's inducements, use of monetary enticements, and other such schemes on a scale never before seen in the history of this country, the good people of this country understood what was at stake, and it was clear as the results of the votes that were legally cast that the National Democratic Congress won the presidential and parliamentary elections. No amount of trickery, sleight of hand, or obfuscation will erase that reality. I'm extremely proud of our parliamentary candidates who have earned for themselves the title of giant elephant killers. We went into the parliamentary elections with a deficit of 63 seats. We made up for our 2016 losses, and we're now set to become the majority in parliament. This historic feat, after only one term, demonstrates the strength of our great party and the strength of the mandate given to us by the good people of Ghana to lead. In respect of the presidential elections, the facts and figures available to us from pink sheets and other evidence that has unfolded across the country indicate that numerous steps have been taken to manipulate the results of the election in favor of the incumbent. This calls into question the credibility of one of our most important institutional pillars of democracy, the Electoral Commission. It is now obvious to many objective minds that the Commission and its chairperson have been used to manipulate results from the various constituencies and in that process seek to subvert the sovereign will of the Ghanaian people. My brothers and sisters, one matter requires special mention. The use of the military in this election is unprecedented in our history. Armed forces featured heavily as an intimidating measure to reverse election results, and they continue to be used in the same intimidating role to insist on recounts in areas in which the incumbent has lost, while arm twisting election officers during these supposed recounts. We will not accept anything short of a declaration of the legitimate results. I said we will not accept anything short of a declaration of the legitimate results which point to an NDC parliamentary majority. My brothers and sisters, advisedly since the inception of the Fourth Republic, final election results have always been declared within a 72-hour period to allow for thorough and diligent collation. Surprisingly, this Electoral Commission chairperson announced quite suspiciously, and for reasons known to her, a hurried 24-hour deadline, which, as we all know, could not and would not be met. The chairperson of the EC, in less than 24 hours after her declaration, has admitted that she made unacceptable errors which go to the heart of the entire electoral process and cast deep doubt on the credibility of the announced outcome. The Electoral Commission of Ghana has never brought its credibility to this historic low at such a crucial moment of election results declaration. In fact, the litany of irregularities and blatant attempts at rigging for a candidate is obvious and most embarrassing. Ghana has come too far in our democracy, in our transparency, and in our well-earned international reputation for free and fair and non-violent elections to find ourselves here, where we are in respect of this election. As has been announced by my party, the National Democratic Congress, we are unable to accept the outcome of the election as declared by the Electoral Commission Chairperson, Mrs. June Mensah. These results are flawed and discredited. When it comes to the parliamentary election, the NDC won a working majority of 140 seats. What has happened since the election has been a deliberate attempt targeting 5 constituencies of the 140 to steal and thus subvert the people's verdict. A closer look and detailed examination of the constituency-specific facts casts very dark clouds on our democracy. And allow me to speak in specific so our claims are well known. In Seychelles, the results were declared without the content of one ballot box being counted. The parties had agreed that an issue of alleged overvoting should be referred to the collation center to be resolved. That ballot box mysteriously disappeared en route to the collation center. Nevertheless, results were declared in favor of the NPP candidate. In Upper Gentry West, the EC official deferred the declaration of the results because of alleged death threats. The results favor the NDC candidate, as has been confirmed earlier today. In Senate West, a ballot box was snatched and the culprit was apprehended. The seal of the NPP must have become dislodged in the ensuing scuffle with the culprit. None of the NDC and the Electoral Commission remained intact. However, NPP would not allow the contents of the ballot box to be counted and added to the lot because it would obviously favor the NDC. In Techiman South, the NDC won quite clearly, but for whatever unknown reasons, the military was invited. In the ensuing melee, 2 people were shot and killed by the military. 8 persons were injured and hospitalized. A 3rd person, who was one of those hospitalized from gunshot injuries, has now been pronounced dead. These are three Ghanaians who wanted nothing more than for their country to fulfill its promise of democracy and ended up losing their lives at the hands of the military that is meant to safeguard their rights as citizens. They include Abdallah Ayarik, 18 years of age only, and Tajuddin Al-Hassan, 39 years of age. The results have allegedly been strangely declared for the MPP, even though the EC chair claims to have left Techiman South out of her declaration. After an audit and review of our pink sheets, and I wish to announce that we have all our pink sheets signed. After an audit and review of our pink sheets for Techiman South, we can confirm to you, ladies and gentlemen, that the NDC won the parliamentary seat as follows. NDC secured 50,417 votes, and NPP secured 49,825 votes. In the Eastern region, the results in the presidential elections, which were collated and signed by all the parties, were not the same ones that were transmitted from the regional electoral commission offices to Accra. The padded figures have since been exposed. The Ashanti region provides fundamental problems that require further investigation and a full electoral forensic audit. Evidence gathered across board shows that the aggregates on the summary sheets of some constituencies do not reflect the individual results on the polling station pink sheets. You may also recall that prior to the election day, December 7th, there were many incidences where ballot papers printed in favor of candidate Nana Akufo-Addo were found at various locations. In Bantama, for instance, it was noticed that the portion of the pink sheets reserved for recording the number of persons biometrically verified had not been filled on a large number of the pink sheets. When our agent requested for the biometric machine to confirm the recorded results, they were denied access, with the explanation that they were recorded in a book, to which they were also denied access. My brothers and sisters, these are serious issues, ones that attack the very foundation of our democracy and our rights as citizens of this sovereign nation to elect our representatives and to have a say in who leads our government. It may interest you to know that since the inception of the Fourth Republic, agents of political parties represented in the collation room go through an agreed, settled procedure by which a declaration of final results are made. This involves the production of constituency by constituency results, which are then scrutinized by the agents, and after their consent, the said results are announced. Unfortunately, this time round, under this electoral commissioner, Jean Mensah, a different system was adopted, one in which bulk regional results were provided without supportive pink sheet data by which agents could validate the accuracy of the results. Consequently, not a single pink sheet from the constituencies supporting the bulk regional collation was provided. This is in direct violation of Regulation 3 and 44 of the Public Elections Regulation 2020 CI 127. Little wonder that the chairperson managed to obtain a cumulative figure of more than 100%. Of more than 100% in her declaration. On account of this, my party is confident that what has happened is a violation of the law. It is a violation of due process, and therefore tantamount to an illegality. It is also a violation of an understanding we hold dear in this country, the understanding that this is not a dictatorship or a monarchy run by a single family for the benefit of a family. Ghana belongs to the people of Ghana, all of the people of Ghana. Would like to urge you, the media, civil society, and all election observers, to be resolute and present a fair and accurate account of what has transpired over this period. We request of the international community to remain engaged in what is happening in Ghana and take careful note of the current threat that is being waged on our democracy, our freedom, and our way of life. To all the NDC members and those who voted for us, I appeal to you not to be intimidated or cowed to submit to a dishonest process in the face of overwhelming evidence that supports the justness of our cause. I extend my deepest condolences to the families of all who were killed simply because they were determined to protect their votes from those whose thirst for power outweighs their love for our country. And so let us all at this point rise and observe a minute's silence in their honor.
Jim FM. Jim FM.
Souls rest in perfect peace. My brothers and sisters, I know dark moments like these can make us question our resolve and confidence in the promise and potential of Ghana and our democracy and its institutions. But I choose to be a determined optimist based on my personal articles of faith formed by long service to my country, including service in the high office of president. I urge you all to keep your confidence in Ghana and keep betting on the success of our democracy. This is a test of our ability within this democratic system to rise to the occasion and seek redress, to right all wrongs, to seek justice, to make every vote count, and to respect the sovereign will of the people. And let us not fail this test. Let history look back and be proud of how we united and stood up to fight for the people's fundamental rights to freely elect their leaders, devoid of crude political manipulation. And it is for this reason that my colleagues and I in the NDC will not accept what we know to be a fraudulent outcome of these elections. And we will take all legitimate steps to reverse this travesty of justice. Finally, let me assure our teeming supporters and the millions of Ghanaians who voted for change, the change which has been stolen in a real stolen verdict, that we're beefing up capacity in the constituencies where the ruling MPP is seeking to overturn our parliamentary victories already chalked. We're also deploying additional crack teams of lawyers and senior party officials to support these constituencies that are under siege. Also, in order not to leave any further infractions unaccounted for, the NDC will continue its meticulous audit of all the presidential pink sheets to ensure that the verdict of the people is upheld. These steps will surely lead to our next line of actions within the constraints of our democratic governance process, and all legitimate options are on the table. We want to send a caution to the EC that in line with Regulation 47 of CI 127, they should ensure that the election data is preserved for 1 year after elections. Let me assure you, my dear voter, that your vote will count. It is said that the voice of the people is the voice of God. And so let us go forth, knowing that God is on our side. And if God be for us, who can be against us? Ladies and gentlemen, my fellow countrymen, I thank you and do have a good night, and may God bless our homeland, Ghana.
John Mahama, John Mahama, John Mahama, Ose, yeah.
And it was 26 minutes after 9. From the headquarters of the NDC, former President John Dramani Mahama, a flag bearer of the NDC in the 2020 presidential elections. Watuna Mutio says here now joining Adom 106.3 FM, Kokromoti Power, Jumadini Adebrewi, Medindia Sempa, Memoajo. My name is Boss AC or Hine Waha, or Freya Jumay, or Freya say I'm better. And the bunny say I had to video brown, yes, your bobo. Ezi, or Freya Jumana, yes, I dear Hano. Yamene Hine, Ezi, yes, former President Akasa.
Mentiasia, and it's a candidate Dramani Mahama, mrashe bedwam abato ne kotoye no omu di nkunim omu di nkunim a se ene omu ekusi edwa ewo parliament wo no mu ayo munwuma parliamentary majority ekoma chinye eye NDC menti ase ne se ose omunya enkunwa no makoma oha ni aduanan menti ase ne se ose oha ni aduanan no enen bi ho asem ensiye esanse electoral commission efa kwati kwan bi so amasa enan na bon Techiman South eye ba kwa hombo de atututu ba ye ma mienu to amunu wa akiri ba konko kan ho mane ye miensa enso aka prepra afi sine west onzo yesu obi CZ ballot box no de koye no besine onfa ma ye mienkin kan ye eno wonim pefe se ebeko ama etese koma NDC sanse na omadi ni se ndi na MPP ni bi etam edidwane na apa dinchira west result no ye declare ye eno so kwati kwan ena na candidate Dramani Mahama eka se opponent no in this case osono amanyoku for no edefas ena sehwe oso one ballot box wo ho a yankan sa asada kan yankan emu ayi echi sa enan no ba be kan ne omo eye oha aduasensia 136 no ho anaje se omo adu 140 isanse nkunya na ye makoma ahanu ne aduoson enum 275 na achinye bia ne ho se uchemu mienu na omo abrofa mentias ye ne se eba presidential election no when sini p anka se womo edinkunim na emom no English ni be kan say he made a contention or ye argument to say a son say electoral commission any aban party NPP ena makwan horo so edi manipulations keta se say ye kwa niema ye ma niema mfa na kwan so todo nti akwa ba se womo aba no so ate o so nyame so njaade womo wo pink sheets krata na baby adanse ne kese pa wono e kamia so mu ni nyinara enimanim ya won afre won a lawyer for ne o manim di for ahoro aka so mon trans you na manson aba manson so e betwe enti enye ne omsaka no nkwan kra ne mum no womo ebo apront entem ya frefre won party agents ne ade nyinara na pink sheets a ho be hia bia eno so mo ne be kon ata presidential election litigation no and so mo aye sisi no me de kakra mi hu ne se yakobokoko au Supreme Court eye NDC for no yakobokoko Supreme Court nyame so nchade enne nti se ba ko na ba ko nem se yefrase be ti se February March iwi na August ewu enne de mra no yesua de ne Ghana for we de yesua de ntampa ahye ne se abrof so nefua aduanan 45 days the matter must be determined by the Supreme Court 777 ahimfie nti manson aka ho bi nti na yesi ahimfie eye ese NDC bepese ombeko court eye se obi biara na bibi ne on to was court enye won say Godfrey Dame no ka say ni maybe won some de court no won de na parliamentary nti no manson yenmo yesro ye won yempe manson emo o se we politics anya ne manson bebe ye be for NDC so say obepese obeko court ye be stress omo court no na dia na di se omo achitafo no mekasa kire omu yi se ye kokotu ebi kura ye bedi nkunima ye pe nyina ye nsa kan di obia enkora emra nensa na nensa ankwa ankopa se okotwetwede obia enhwe ne hu yi abambofu yi democracy ni to da bia sei na eba munhwe yi na mamfa brute force peja monsa obia na ankwa ankofa ohawa ma ohawa no ba ohiani a also the by minister and so on and so forth. The government side should also continue to exercise restraint. Abayin kasa mo hwe ni abayin na kwankwa yese wo mo ye takra o jema de bufu beba ye mamra nya adwuma
esi mate enti abusua semna na esi abone tofan wo tie ba bibia wa wo tie yen ya activate phone lines no samre na so watimi abemme pacho enya tem didie wo ba wa dwenkyere wa kyere asomdwe kwan so wo kọ na obi aba 31 minutes after 9 aha ya Adom 106.3 FM. Kokromoti Power Jumedie and the Debrawi. Medin dia Sempa. Phone lines activated now. 0302 216 561 and our 0302 216 562. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Aja, asum join count.
After you count to.
But you didn't be afraid.
Your family is small Adom because after Kokromoti say.
Yentio.
Eradi chamo papa. Yisi wabomodi. Na minister bibia be come through. Ati obia him to say yisi wabomodi. Nana Jemasa, you have to work with a difference. May God bless you. Adom FM.
Marty, Yadasibe. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Too bad. You're sure away. I'm far for fraud.
Hello.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, boys.
Aja, would you be afraid?
Medindi asinaba kuja sempa. Because if you are time.
About your yentio.
But you move it here, tell me, raging. NDC mini also.
About your mate. That's one more feeding in Daha. Why? Your baby boy, and I see the brace out for a hello. Good evening. Yes, sir.
Yeah, good evening, boss. Yeah, Medin the senior PK, Gomwa East, Honamiwo, Ben Kaswa.
Senior PK, Medin the Asempa, Yentio.
You are Sempa. And this is from where my power. Honestly speaking, yeah, it is Yami. And someone to me for figure beyond to all me who say, oh, if you are easy figure, we know boy, no, a different. And one said, don't man, no, na, you win. But who say, okay, be a munya 6 million plus. Maybe something, and maybe another senior 6 million plus space. Me also be a mistake, maybe a free animal. But more than man, no more uni, someone cash. The only and some who be a show most of
Gamate, make us at him the name. Why, Mr. 0302 216 561. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Hello. Yes, sir. Eba Joe didn't be afraid.
The patron make a free tema, a friend Quesiano.
Yentio.
Me disase. Pulling agent for NDC for fire, at Chomubu police station Biano. I'm a patient, you know. I'm a counter in the real say you were signed on my easy and telephone on me on corner on my sign. On my side, you know that buy some of the back and move back counting in a counting Yamu, so how do you anyway. I know the main one, so easy for so I'm pitch it. I'm to go back. Let my easy. I'm to go my easy. Now easy, so will be there. Let's all be drawn. Say, move your back counting the back. I will pitch it in the way.
Jamate, Medasibe, why, sir, we're free 0302 216 562. Hello, good evening.
I've been probably just an open to say.
Abrewa, Yametiase.
Did can you my power, Edema, or my Ghana? My power, so. Now, maybe congratulations, because I'm a Ghana Mampani, Nana Adodankwa Kufuado, and I'm a parliamentary, Ayada Kuan Newman. Opening, yes, throw Mampani da Damahama. Onion was a statement, Kakra. Sabi, we are seeing a BBC.
Abrewa, make a sep atom the DNA, me bacho. And you know, my casa honti and quayanim, or buy one contokwana, dear Hanon or the two, ja. But I say, Abrewa say Wafre 0302 216 561. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Chairman.
Medin dia sempa bodin ne baby akasafi.
Medin the original number 1. What can
too bad. Ebusi ampacho sign free. Why? Sign free na afe mempeko yankasa. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, evening.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, boy.
But you're for say?
Yeah, boy, Mr. Sophie Sminters.
Yeah, boy, Sminters, yentio.
But so NBC, Omo Kasamo, so Kasano Mokano, the procedures no out. Send the calculate here no. If you are almost similar, almost the way how to and you're fine. You're on my intimate corner. No, that Kasano one chair, the baby out. Baby out here, you better do it. It's a promotion. I'm form of figures member, and you maybe a mistakes in free by. Say, if not here, and I say, maybe I'm not cost for any year. You know, about home.
O kasa tra keke no abegina aka.
Mate yabusia me da se bebre say wo frey. Hello too bad. Mashirway. Hello, good evening. Too bad. 0302 216 561 and 0302 216 562. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Abusia odini baby afrefi.
I have Amadou. Mekasa free and a bridge.
Amadou yentio.
Me pacho sana NDC for about the kind.
Jim FM.
Ono on kawanka say bia figure no omo win back o ka say police station e bibia ka amount declare results no ana mo declare results no mo police station e bia ka ana omo nkan ana mo declare results arentia e bika ana omo nkan ana mo ko declare results enye omso mo nkan ni na sana results ne ba obeda hu se semasi we win wo ho na semasi we na win wo ho nkacho
me da se be brace was so afraid and watch our dream. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Abusia odini baby afrefi.
Tell me money man Kasati Ashama.
Yentio.
Yeah, man say NDC only take a very good decision pa. If you say time MPP ye to about almost almost tiase no almost the court. It is almost so almost almost tiase some the court. Fine. Almost fan court na court me chire. Baby Imran and that but no raise he say almost no catch say any idiot can go to court. It is almost fan to amagin.
Matthew Abusia, Medase Bebrace also Bofray 0302 216 561. Hello, good evening.
Fine.
Abusia Odini Baby Afrefi.
I put at the cash in for people.
Cash bake bon yentio.
But if more president at the time, who's a presidential now, school for number to scatter about spa. If you want to be an acquired signing, because scatter about me no more almost to my MDs, no more to president Emma, and I because of free education. No more school for no at two. Emma presidential power out of the reading queen. You're more can why.
Matthew Abusia, Medase Bebrace also friend watch dream. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, sir.
Napoleon,
Napoleon Dodoa yentio.
NBC, we are going too far. And say, more evidence, the evidence of winning, more like say, getting almost the cockle, said the NBC the cockle more. Because the other kind in Nasubia in Nasubia, it's always someone in Asoha. You can go ahead now, I'm going to
Matthew, Medase Bebrace also watch our dream 0302 216 562. Hello, too bad, Mashirway. Hello, too bad, Mashirway. So 0302 216 561. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, my dear.
Major Somame.
If I tell friends and sisters, you are in South Africa, so old barrier.
Is the Fiacaswa in you?
Yo, my main chairman nearby a mantra or a unit committee member, oh, Bubuasi. And this is for a slow. I don't know if you have seen Samari. Oh, a real to the area. Yana, I said, yes, ya boss of Trona, after when you know. When I'm out of now benefit. Until the Omo Yeno. Omas in Jimra Ghana. Niam Koyanim. If you are seeing them without bay, my means to say the two of cream, and yes, you say, Papa. I'm a big crazy Ghana, Mura. And then the first time I'm in a call pulling station, I'm going to my bar. Many 5 minutes. Oh, Mamma bought a home day. I must say, radio stations, TV stations are more than hanging on Mura. My jetun, say a bay, and I could follow a weenie. And you didn't the day of Moon, and the Kennedy, over the day. 2012, you call a Jama woman, dear. No, my fear almost no more, sir. And then you're probably dear, Mutinani and Pamano. Yes, they don't endorse on the door. You are only a
Matimame has some drink out, Medase Bebrace 0302 216-561. Hello, good evening. Too bad. Mashriway. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, sir. I was young about your phone, Mundaho.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Kafra Fatame, where the Abomodi next time for a while, or phone them said they do kakra. Hello, good evening.
Simon.
Yes, sir.
Hey.
I was young, dinner baby Alfrefi.
I'm going to play again. What's the car?
You're frozen.
What's it?
Udin.
Me
bacho was so boarding try me why?
I
Me bacho yentio.
But you don't demand your mama ex-president. I just see the bigger thing. Say, a man of parliamentary, majority for parliamentary. But the opposition of parliamentary and also opposition of presidential. I want to say,
Mate, asema we be say there, ebia eshi betumi aka bia fa me fa calls in the 0302-216-562. Hello, good evening.
Simon.
Yes, sir. But also was semi the atida ana. Hello, good evening. Hey, I was here. I thought they can't answer me. Too bad. Yeah, sure way. So, hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but I'm Kasapia.
Kasapia Kasafin.
It's actually Tama constituency.
Kasapia Yentio.
Yo, and you made the bonnet. It was 2012. NCC for my SCS. Any idiot can go to court. But they say no, they won't say idiot for who you are seeing in
Abusiame Pacho, Monsieur. Hello, good evening. Yes, sir. Good morning. Would the Pacho radio be better? Manin from why?
Okay.
Radio be better. My feedback, Manin from.
Okay.
Good morning. Bodin Chome, why? Aqua, Pacho Yentio.
Yeah, I'm not sure. And this is much more what it be. Oh, no, I do. Because, further, 2012, the same thing I also have been through the court, and the court now quite. What you the money, Mahama. They will know. Or say, or Tana, or better, what Mahama, person send them and you and I said, also, they did over.
It was my butcher Mate, so walk or quarter court and obituary. I, Medasipi, the affray 0302-216-561. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Walter.
Yes, sir. Bartholomew Casafi.
Casafi, Amasamai.
Yentio.
The Bacho, all the Ghana for Inya Passenger. And the rest no crabby ever be a sia, as a monocrona embedded. Nadia figure number I'm the top on Tina, and you know, credit, as I say. My Mensa, once uncle, back to you, and that's it.
Yo, I was ya, Mr. Medasibe Brace, or Frey, you better 3 more calls near the Simako ACO, now your bonnet of fire, yeah, sorry, so. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, sir.
I want to continue to come to the chairman crowd.
I was young, was so dinner baby Alfrefi.
If I talk Anthony, we first see Natayiko.
Yo, as of Yentio.
And I must celebrate, sir, a piece of a giddy for a bomb pyre. I mean, yeah, but to ask me, Jimono. I say, of course, bomb pyre pass and I send a bomb cremoya ding. Now, Yanko Ponankasa, Becca. Onwa media could do on Spencer Police for a year. Mahama, Nakupad and Kofoina Akuma. So Bia Kuma Bafom. No manner seems you pay. The next stress say, Chris O'Neill Empire say, oh, you're dear to a chap. Is over some day on Wakamuru be so. One morning and a while. That was seeing a coin original. And full said, if you're bomb pay a year. Yankofon so kasa na say mpemifo ne say yan kwada ne akukusie no
when you could see now a cyborn. So on cyborn now within 2 weeks, 3 weeks, no go for somebody. If you 2 media, any more watch now. When you now, Ubeyan it now. When you now could be oba, and I say, who you talk about the young crime and young question is a chance. The next to be beer and pretty cheap beer. In Yaman Yankupon, Yankupon dear. So by dear man, you mean you pay me, you pay. The next, if I wanted the money in your cry, I can money the ending. Then the thing Yankupon to be here.
Yo, I was off some drink out. Yes, yeah, that's a bit brave. 0302 216 561. Hello, good evening. Abusia, Yametiase, Udini Baby Alfrefi.
Pacho Mikasa free hatch of Femajalo.
A Gaben Yentio.
I'm Penfosi Sabita Fetcher because you're going to him for Sans in a court. She sits in a court to her. Yapon Cho. So my dreams on the Cocotua. Oma Oman Joe. The Asumgin is here. Chain power now be a pen. Yen teme to Macau. My boy, my see, my swanko for let's see, look at the other Hawaii, see, no, I see. Now, I'm inciting for a pound to maybe Bianco from Cum, no man was with you, and yam, oh, I be no Obian is about a tree, and I call Joe. Yes, I feel able to a boabo and mobile. I am a pound choppy, opening my nose.
I was young, Miss Medasa Bray, Mefa Colo Chato on our face. Yeah, they see. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
I was young, me batch on my radio and conform, Mr. My radio and conform.
All right, within the Make
Kasafi.
Make Kasafi Collegono.
Okay, Yentio.
Yes, sir. You see, sometimes our colleagues, they do talk as if they are class 1 people. You see, the thing is, almost they are there no court. So why is there phone radio should know what say on preventing it on finding pin sheet number on finding the friends numbers number now. Sometimes I don't understand them. Sometimes when you call, you have to bring out something that people will understand you. But I don't understand the half part of our people. You see, please, may the God Almighty bless you. Do your job.
But I see Bebre has some drink out any other calls in AC. Yen to me for calls bio. Is he? My member why nafe and a crack rano.
Said na obi bisa say enkonya sen na parties no nya or regions no. Anamboa.
Yeah, obi bisa.
Near a woman say Oko Western region MPP nyankono 9 and NDC nya 8, Central region MPP 10. NDC 13, Greater Accra NPP 14, NDC 20, Volta Region 1 for MPP 17, NDC. Oko Utia MPP Anyabikura NDC for 8 na Oko Eastern Region MPP nya 25 Adununum and NDC nya 8 in Watri. Asante Region MPP nya 42 Adriana Minu and NDC nya 4 and 9. Western North, Miensan Ekoma NPP 3, and in Siakoma NDC 6, I have 4 NPP, NDC 2, Ukobunoa in Sia 6 Ekoma NPP, and in Siakrona Koma NDC, Ukoma 3 Ekoma NPP, and 7 and so Ekoma NDC Savannah, NPP Miensan 3, NDC 9 4. Northern Region, Etipenko 9 MPP NDC, Northeast, NPP nya 4. And NDC enya 2, Upper East NPP nya back 1, and NDC nya 14, Upper West NPP enya miensa 3, and NDC enya 8. Ukani nyina boma New Patriotic Party osno nya oha eduasa nson 137, and NDC nya oha eduasa insia 136. So far near ewo ho no.
Okay.
Kitwe bi ameka so ne say.
Yeah.
Enye Aba Nkonya no presidential no so. 1 man 1 vote. Eti nipa mako a to aba no ne de calculate presidential no. Enti emfa ho ne a party enyaye ewo various regions no. Ubedi wo wankasa wa ho den so. Ebre bi betumi amba, mark my words. Ebre bi betumi amba ma party ba ko obewini to say be 90% ewo very populous region to say Greater Accra and Asante region. Oluzulusu ni aka ni nyina 49%, 48%, still about me win presidential election.
Okay.
Etino yes or man for begin chirimu na womu di ahin origin womu di ahin origin ni nyina ye na emu no enye ne party no edi origin no titru enema ne presidential candidate ni wini anase odi nkugu.
Okay.
Ejina ne ankra for no etoma no so that bears a certain explanation. Kina machira say ni embesan ka timu biwa ne se omanfo nyinara enhwe Ghana na nhwe Ghana flag no na onfa komapa eni gidie ewo yankasa yemu ade nyinara nyankopon ma na emu asomdwe nkwa nyankopon na masomdwe o for peace alone we are to share among ourselves yanchiche asomdwe ma yen ho nyankopon masomdwe onipa da sini ewo tumi ni akwanya se odo ne nyonko edi asomdwe ma ne nyonko na ne nyonko so di asomdwe ma nti yen nyina nchiche asomdwe ma yen ho ni nya gidie se so bibiara onte ne ho ase ewo abatu yi mu no ahimfie wo ho in this case ahimfie ni court the Supreme Court yakokudi ni edika na onto ho ase a one final appeal a obeye sa final appeal in the Supreme Court Chief Justice no obe empanel obe frɛ na pamfo ni nyina ense ne kura mo ye 19 na 17 obe frɛ mo nyina ba betrem second one yedi na onto ho ase dia ene jamaje so otwen na nyankopɔn ba enti nyina yemfoa NDC so ode asɛm no court NDC so enkame ne supporters no no obi amfa basabasa ye bia ma MPP for AD osi edi ehrusie se omadi nkunim omonhwe na omanhye fantini bese NDC for no ahroba
Ezi mena wasi bebre asomdwen kan se watimi ama ntwetwemu na yemfa ntudwa so se omo a college na omo wo MPP so no this is not the time no betwa bo NDC for na monti asemase na munya botre
dabi asem kwa kokota enim ne be
exactly and munya botre na onze college ni be ba bi ogirantin na be JM so ye no ho citizen na munya botre enu nti na court wo ho 2012 ye hu bi ekopie mu court ye hu die si ye 2020 ze kokota mu maninko ne nhwe die besi anya 2020 de enchempo
democracy so I abodi you it's expensive it's expensive
ezi asomdwen kan bedase bebre bedase pa
trying to make life on your own.
And Abusian Honey, I did you media and Bessie name of a special belated happy birthday and come on. Pakosa, good evening. German Bokwadia, Yeshia Yache.
And my life.
Oh, birthday, who did see me? What do you know now? Okay, man.
Forces in which I play.
Jaga cranky, anyway, belated happy birthday, my brother. It is well. Go just anticipate today. Oh my God, Kokromoti Power Jumadinia de Brawa Adom 106.3 FM. Medindia Sempa Channel Pashiame Jason Sam Jumadieso. Yad by numerous messiatsnase. Nafe Kokromoti Power Jumadino. Ya summon it up. Aftermath of election 2020. Asidan Koma me producer Kwame Kuleno. Jamestown J. Cole, social media. On the year BBR.
I'm on my bending knees.
Father, you rescue me. I got the stars to show. You're the only life at the end of the road. Reverend Tete, good evening. Crosby Abuaji Michamo. Abusiami Mwesi. And your channel, Yebeshia.
We ate from the same pot. We were angels all around. From God.